I am Kea Shalu. I spent the last 20 plus years as a software engineer and a teacher. I design and teach the framework I'm about to show you at UC Berkeley. If you're wondering what course, it's Info 153B and 253B Backend Web Architecture. I built System Thinking Lab to bring the same framework to engineers everywhere who wants to think architecturally without enrolling at Berkeley to do it. 3 minutes from inside Course 1, let me show you what's in it. Here's the problem. AI can scaffold an entire app in an afternoon. A front end, a back end, a database, and authentication flow. Getting to a running thing has never been easier, but the bottleneck has moved. The hard part is no longer can you build it? It is what is it that you just built? If you cannot read what was generated, cannot explain why those components were chosen, cannot trace where it would break first, every change to that system gets harder. Every bug becomes archaeology. Every new feature becomes a guess. Building something once is easy. Continuing to build on top of it is the actual job. And that requires understanding the structure of what you are working with. That structure is what this course is about. Every system you've ever used is some arrangement of 7 building blocks plus 3 external entities. 2 for tasks. A service handles requests while the user is waiting. A worker handles background work after the user's moved on. 5 for storage. A key value store for fast lookups like Redis, a file store for big files like S3, a queue for buffering between systems like Kafka or SQS, a relational database for structured data with relationships like Postgres, a vector database for similarity search like Pinecone, plus 3 external entities, the user, external services, time. 3 forces that push on every system from outside of it. That's the whole vocabulary. 7 primitives, 3 external forces. The same vocabulary across Instagram, Netflix, Stripe, Uber, and any other system you've ever touched. You can read the framework on systemthinkinglab.ai in 20 minutes. The full thing free. Knowing the names is one thing though. Designing them under pressure, recognizing them in a code base you just inherited, picking the right primitive when your team is shipping a feature on Friday. That is fluency. That is the gap. Course 1 is what bridges that gap. 12 lessons unpack the framework 1 block at a time. 2 discovery labs let you feel why patterns matter. 1 case study walks you through a real architecture. 1 3-part design challenge has you build under pressure. 1 AI-graded assessment proves you can think systematically. 15 components. The framework internalized, and you have already tried the free class skill at systemthinkinglab.ai/design with blocks. You have seen 1 design generated for you. Course 1 teaches you how to do that on your own on any system without the skill. Course 1 is built around 4 things, each of which works on a different muscle. 1. Discovery labs. Reading about asynchronous processing does not change you. Running a simulation of synchronous photo upload, watching the response time takes 5 seconds, then putting a queue and a worker between the request and a work and watching it drop to 50 milliseconds. That changes you. Once you feel like by Instagram does not freeze when a million users upload at the same time, you recognize the same pattern on site in any other system. 2. Case study. You watch a LinkedIn shortener, a link shortener get designed and evaluated the way a senior would do it. What each block is doing, what trade-off it's paying, where it would break first. This is passive at first, but it's showing you what the expert thinking looks like applied to a real system, so you can recognize it later on your own work. 3. Assessment. 20 multiple choice questions plus 5 long form questions, all scenario based, all AI graded. The assessment is not memorization, it's recognition. Can you see the pattern in the systems you cannot see before? You prove the recognition before you have asked to design. 4. Design challenge. Now you design. Chef Connect, a social recipe platform. 3 parts that has progress. Build the MVP first, then handle viral growth, then add live cooking streams. Each part acts a constraint that forces you to revisit the previous design. Your design gets AI graded with fine line level feedback at each stage, so you iterate fast and learn from each attempt. Feel it, see it, prove it, build it. After course 1, Four things change. The code base you inherited last month becomes legible. You see blocks, not file. The next feature your team designed, you know which primitives it needs and why. The system designed to you becomes a structured information, not panic. And when AI hand you an architecture, you can tell what it got right and where it cheated. This is what AI safe looks like. Not memorizing technologies AI already knows. Building the judgment that decides on which technologies to use. Reading the framework is free. The reps are what this course is for.